little rattle in the back of the car that I want to have a look at. And I was Rob to show you this tree. This is a tree that I've spoken about a few times before, quite a few times actually. I always try and convey how amazing it is. And maybe if I don't speak too much, maybe you can get the sense of it. It's a beautiful big Jackal Berry tree. They make these berries about the size of my thumb, probably about that big, and they go orangey color when they're ripe. And lots of animals like eating this. So monkeys, baboons, birds, jackals, obviously that's where the name comes from, Jackal Berry. And it's just a beautiful tree. The tree trunk itself will probably be about 3 people could stand around it with their arms touching, give an idea of the size. And in the background there's a beautiful dead leadwood as well, just a sort of a skeleton of a old dead tree. So Rob's going to show you now. I'm going to quickly see what this rattle is. That's the leadwood in the background. It's something, if you've joined us often before, you've probably heard this too many times, but for those people that have maybe joined us for the first time today, it's a statistic that still blows my mind. Leadwoods, they estimate can stand for 1,000 years after they die. A big one like this, it's incredibly hard wood. Nothing eats it, not even termites. Water doesn't even rot it. It's too hard for the water to penetrate the wood. Alright, well, I think I found the rattle, but I'm not sure if it's going to sort it out, but it's always worth trying. There's just so many beautiful noises out here, not even just noises, sounds. Everything from just the wind and the general movement of the bush down to the animals that you don't want to be having rattling sounds. Ears twitching there. Just the grass here next to us. Sorry. Waterbuck female. Now it's a little bit odd that she's by herself. Ah, she's not. Some more ears twitching. And another one. Forward. Afternoon Aubrey, only heard from Solly so far. He's doing Aubrey's Road up north. On the Central Road I came down Gary Katlan, going up Hyena Road towards Waterbucks Dam.
Okay, I like to go north. Going to Waterbucks.
Okay, Jumbo. Quite close, and also the light is showing us nicely. Very coarse hair, especially around the neck. It's one of those things you can insist on being jumpy. There's quite a few more up ahead actually. It's a whole herd here. Can't have a look at them, but what I was saying about the neck is they've got incredibly coarse hair along the neck. Actually the general body as well, compared to most of the other antelopes. There's a nice clear, just a little gap there, Rob. But forward, is that alright?
Oh, no, that's fine.
Like it's very rough air, and basically one of the reasons for that is that it can dry off very quickly. You can see it's almost bristle-like. These guys do swim, or they do go into water, which they do more than other antelopes tend to. They can dry off very fast. Coming up to some more of the youngsters as well. So they've got that sort of a curious look. As you can see, obviously where we're driving at the moment, there's no water close by, so it's not that Waterbuck live next to water all the time. But you would often find them around waterholes, or if you were in a bigger area with more rivers, permanent rivers or semi-permanent rivers, you would find them very often close to and around the rivers. So that's where the name came from. It's not like they live next to water all the time. They also are very good swimmers. Very often if there is water close by and they get threatened by a predator, I've seen it happen a couple of times with lions. Instead of trying to run away into the bush, if there's water close by, they'll run straight into the water and just swim into the water. Obviously lions not too keen to follow them into that. Practical evasive technique, something similar to those kingfisher, or the kingfisher we saw days ago. If any of you managed to catch a glimpse of that, or if you maybe saw some of it, there was a kingfisher that escaped a goshawk by flying or ending up in the water. The goshawk eventually gave up. Odd seeing this group out here, because this is the same, part of the same big group that we often see around Gowrie waterholes, so it's, you always get used to seeing them in a certain area. And it felt like travelling a bit. Across the road. And to be fair enough as well, not all that far away from Gowrie waterhole, only about straight back down this road, maybe half a kilometre, a little bit more, half a mile. So they probably just went feeding out a bit further, and they might be making a big loop back that way. See all of them starting to cross now.
Afternoon stations out of drive, routes and update. Afternoon,